Today's video is a prophetic post for Prince Harry. So this morning I've woken up with a vision initially of King Charles III and Princess Anne and Prince Andrew. Specifically, the vision was focusing on their faces walking behind the casket with a sense of dread and mourning over them. And I'm not too sure exactly the details of this, perhaps of what was to come and the burden that's been placed on their shoulders, and they're aware of what is to come. These people know they're involved in high circles of influence in global government, and they are privy to information that the people on the street simply do not have access to, and so they understand what is being discussed in the global government sphere, and they know that they have a choice to make. Also, their conscience would be bearing a heavy burden because they know they have a choice to make on behalf of the people of the realms that they represent, whether or not they will hand them over for persecution and sacrifice, or whether they will stand for Christ and defend the realms of the Commonwealth and the influence that they have been given under Christ for the territories that have been held formerly and continue to be influenced by the British Empire. Brexit has been a significant break from the Roman origins of the other Western European nations, and similarly, historically, as I've discussed in other videos, this is a precedent that has repeated itself 3 or 4 times in history, and it's happening again. So this royal family, I believe, are being tested deliberately. They're being cleansed also. There's a spirit of cleansing coming across this royal family, and the Spirit of God wants to bring about a resurrection, a full spiritual completion for these people who are actually the head of the Protestant church. King Charles III now represents the head of the Protestant church that was birthed under Queen Elizabeth I in the Reformation period. And so he has a great burden on his shoulders, and not only of his responsibility forward, but also of the knowledge that he carries in his influence in world government. And so God bless this household and purify this household to serve our King in these last days. What I see this morning is like a film unrolling before me. It's a movie screen that I can see in great detail. During the funeral procession, I was praying for Prince William and Harry, and I saw on William's left-hand shoulder, I saw a cockatoo resting on his left-hand shoulder. It's a white parrot with a sulphur crest, which is glory. Sulphur crested is the glory, and the white parrot is an angelic voice speaking to his heart. And on Harry's left shoulder, I saw a black palm cockatoo, which is a rare exotic parrot, a talking bird, an angelic spirit, which has golden speckles and red speckles beneath its tail. They're a giant bird, very large, and not very common. They're very hard to see up in the top north part of Australia. Occasionally you'll come across these birds. So this bird is sitting on Harry's shoulder, another exotic, angelic, rare species that has a relationship with the indigenous people in the top of Cape York. That's where I saw one of these birds sitting on the grass, beautiful creature. Harry is also receiving information from his angelic spirit that has been appointed to him to speak to his heart. And this is the vision that I see this morning. After the amazing ceremony of Queen Elizabeth II's funeral, I see Queen Elizabeth cheering side to side, saying, "You did it." She was so proud that all of her rank and file military and the representatives for the militaries and the crowns and governments around the world and the Commonwealth came together to pay respects to her, and she was absolutely wrapped in my vision. She's cheering, saying, "You did it." That all the details of that day that she cared so much about, and that she was an observer of for so many years, participator in, an observer of, and the head of their government. She was so proud to see them come out and show their full form, dressed in all the regalia and uniforms of the eras of the British monarchy. And if you have any curiosity about how this dominion had such a great expansive influence, there's a number of reasons why. They were ruthless in their administration of the empire as a form of government, in a different way to the Romans, but they nonetheless knew how to establish their government systems and their colonies. They kept prisoners, and they were efficient at foreseeing the plan and acting it out to its nth degree. And under Queen Victoria, the British Empire held the greatest expanse of territorial land. The realms were at their greatest expanse.